YouTube, what's going on? It's Black House Booking here with another video. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for the love and support. And if you like shopping with a popular app, Temu, please use my link in the description down below. It supports me, supports the channel, and I'm able to give you guys more content, more quality, and things of that nature. But let's get right into the video. So today, you know, I've seen a lot of comments, and I've shared this sentiment myself until I really had to sit and think about it, that people are saying Shawn Michaels is a better booker than Triple H. Like, Shawn Michaels is doing such a great job in NXT, and he's booking his stars very well. He's building stars up, and he's giving them opportunities and things like that. But I would like to counter that today with this. Think about when Triple H was running NXT and Vince was the booker for the main roster. It is much easier to book NXT than to book Raw and Smackdown. For one, there's a lot less pressure. Think about this, right? You can take risk in NXT. The merchandise, the revenue, and all that is nowhere near, the sales that are from the main roster, which is, Raw, SmackDown, and premium live events. NXT is a part of WWE, but it's almost like its own entity. It'll still make money, but everything isn't riding on the shoulders of NXT. If Raw and SmackDown is unsuccessful, WWE is basically over. NXT can have a super duper mega year, and if Raw and SmackDown were to just like plummet all the way to the ground, the company would go bankrupt essentially, because all of the big stars are on Raw and SmackDown. All the merchandise can come from Raw and SmackDown. The most money you're going to get for shows come from Raw and SmackDown, because NXT shows aren't as big as those venues. And the premium live events, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumbles, going to Saudi Arabia. NXT stars aren't going to Saudi Arabia. The main roster stars are, so there's more pressure from a booking standpoint. There's certain decisions that you have to make. Charlotte Flair has to be on the card, has to be the champion. Becky Lynch has to be the champion. Roman Reigns has to have a long title reign so he can bring in revenue, bring in money. You can't just take certain risks with people. Like, NXT is developmental and it's made to take risks. When Triple H was booking NXT was way better quality than the main roster, which is why we should give Triple H a little bit more grace, a little bit more time, and he's still doing a great job to me. Think about this. Look at the talent Triple H had. Finn Balor, Asuka, Shinsuke Nakamura. He had the likes of Andrade, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Bailey. Triple H had all 4 horsewomen at one point in NXT, well, going through NXT. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really say that, oh, Shawn Michaels is necessarily a better booker. I will say this. What Shawn Michaels is doing, like, creative wise, is very smart. He's basically utilizing the past to create the future, which is something WWE always does, but he's doing it on a massive scale. Like, he's basically trying to book the Attitude Era in NXT. Look at the storylines, look at what's going on. He's literally doing it right in front of your eyes, even using his own storyline with JC Jane and Gigi Dolan, when that happened back in the day. So that's what makes Shawn Michaels a little bit different. When Triple H was booking NXT, I would say he was more so really like, hey, whoever the best wrestler is, we're just gonna go. Like whoever the best wrestler is, we're gonna go. I'm gonna give you a gimmick and I'm gonna work with you. The thing Triple H did do that I really enjoyed was he worked with the wrestler, say, hey, what do you think about this gimmick? Hey, can you sing? Can you rap? What type of music do you like? Can you, like, I'll say that. Whereas a Vince McMahon, which is giving people most of the time, giving people gimmicks and giving people music unless they had like some type of pull, or he had a good relationship with them, or they proved themselves to him. Like Kofi Kingston becoming WWE champion. I remember they told the story about Kofi Kingston wrestling with Vince McMahon on a plane. That if you don't think that has some type of like that got Vince McMahon's respect ultimately, and he probably thought about that like later down the line, like, hey man, Kofi, I respect him, he stood up for himself, things of that nature. But Triple H was really giving everyone like free reign. Hey, what type of gimmick do you like? And that's another thing about NXT as well. They actually come up with their gimmicks for the most part. Obviously, they have help and they have producers, but they can say, hey, like Bray Wyatt was coming up with all of his stuff in NXT. He came up with the persona of being a cult leader. Bray Wyatt, came up with that. Finn Balor was always Finn Balor. Finn Balor knew who he wanted to be. but obviously he made the Demon like be more of an impact in NXT. Obviously, the likes of Asuka and Shinsuke, they were renowned stars, so he really wasn't about to change what they were. A guy like Andrade is the one who really got helped with NXT, whether they gave him Zelina Vega and they told him to get rid of that goofy hat and that goofy vest and things like that. But Shawn Michaels doing a phenomenal job. And let me preface this as well. I think a lot of people are also saying this because a lot of people are creeps and they like that he's booking, like he's recruiting some like very good looking women, which I do agree. The women are good looking, the women have nice bodies. Like, if that's why you're saying that he's a great booker, I mean, Triple H didn't have any slouches on the NXT roster as well. I will say, like I said, Shawn Michaels is reinventing the Attitude Era, and a lot of these women are more beautiful than like with Triple H was really booking talent, like straight talent, in my opinion. Like most of the wrestlers Triple H was booking and recruiting for NXT, they were just really good at wrestling. And I will say Shawn Michaels has a lot of women that are very, very green, but they look very good and they're very marketable, which Shawn Michaels came from the Attitude Era. I don't think there's anything malicious in what Shawn Michaels doing. That's just what he knows and what he was around when he was with Vince McMahon. Around Vince McMahon, he's very close to Vince McMahon back in the day. So you can't be mad at him for that. But Triple H is more in tune, I believe. He's more in touch. Like he's more ear to the streets. Who's this up and coming wrestler? Who's this on the independent scene looking? Like, I don't know if Shawn Michaels is necessarily that guy. That's what Triple H is, and that's why he always has the best signings. He had a lot of great signings over the years. You know what I'm saying? And the main roster is a lot of pressure, bro. Certain people you have to put on the card. You have to have them on the poster. You have to push them. The guys that you want to push, they might not necessarily get what you're trying to get them at because, like, bro, Triple H himself brought back Karrion Kross. He called Karrion Kross himself, said, I want you back, because Triple H believes in Karrion Kross. He loves what he did in NXT. Like, Vince McMahon couldn't see the vision. Like, and Karrion Kross, he's my guy. I like Karrion Kross, but he's not doing that well on the main roster. It's a very tough predicament to be in. Ultimately, I'll say that. Like, it's tough. Like, it's hard, man. You're trying to do what's best for business, but there are people who you build relationships with who you really like, and that did very well for you on NXT, but some things just don't translate to the main roster. You can't say that Shawn Michaels is the better booker than Triple H because he's not in that position. Like, let Shawn Michaels be in that main roster position, and you'll see that some things will get exposed. There are some bad booking decisions that Shawn Michaels has done, like, and there are just some unfortunate events that happen, like poor Jay getting hurt, like that happened. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is, man. And Shawn Michaels, oftentimes as well, he's put like certain cards together where the cards are good, but the matches are in weird spots. Like the whole Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes series were in weird spots at times. Dragunov defending his title, to me, was in weird spots, which was overshadowed by Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes at times. Not just because they're good stars, but because how the package is put together and who was the opposition for when Dragunov was champion. So you have to take all those things into consideration as well. But if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for the love and support. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.